We're travelling across the UK on a mission.
All over the country, our heritage is at risk. Ancient buildings and monuments are under threat of demolition.
Valuable arts and crafts are on the brink of extinction, and our rich industrial heritage is disappearing fast.
We're scouring town and country in search of the nation's unsung heroes, determined not to let our heritage become a thing of the past.
We're starting a new journey down the Welsh-English border, and today we see one of Wales's most important print works in desperate need of restoration. So where are we going now?
We're going into Denbigh.
Right. I know very little about Denbigh, I must confess. What about you?
Well, it's one of these lovely, very old, ancient market towns that, I guess to some extent, grew up around its castle. I'm going to take you up here, Chapel Street, if we can get the vehicle round. My gosh, it's a bit tight.
Oh, you get 10 out of 10 for getting into here.
Now then, up here. Up here. Don't do that. Up here is a little building. It's a nice old print works.
Right.
Which I think in the history of Welsh literature really has an important role to play.
So this is the building here?
Yeah, this is where the Encyclopedia Cambrensis, the first Welsh encyclopedia, was printed, and the first Welsh-English dictionary. But I'm told it's a bit of a sort of a time capsule.
Ah.
They literally shut the door on it.
In 2001, after a long battle against bankruptcy, the Thomas Gee printworks closed. Not only did they shut the door on the oldest independent printworks in Wales, they shut the door on its history.
In the mid-19th century, the works were owned and run by Thomas Gee Jr., a politician and nonconformist preacher who was passionate about his Welsh heritage. His decision to publish encyclopedias, dictionaries and newspapers in Welsh helped secure its status as the country's first language and place the printworks at the heart of Welsh national identity.
With this hugely significant building now falling into ruin, a trust has been established. They're keen to take on the site, developing it as a museum dedicated to printing in Wales. Gwynfor Pritchard worked here for 40 years and would love to see it open again.
And what were these racks containing?
They'd have wooden poster type on them.
So was this printed here? What does that mean?
Chwedlau is sort of old tales.
Ah, OK.
Folk tales, if you like.
Yeah, extraordinary. All this stuff just left lying around it. I mean, it is a bit like the Mary Celeste, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's just bizarre. Must be a bit heartbreaking, isn't it? To see it like this.
Yeah, it is a bit.
I mean, it's in a terrible state, isn't it? You can see the pigeons have really made it home. Look at that desk there. So when did you first come here?
1959.
59?
Yeah.
Good God. Right. Oh, here we are. Look, this is Operation Clean-up. Well, we could do with it. We could do with a bit of that, couldn't we?
And this used to lead up to the editorial. God.
There's a dead pigeon down there.
Oh, is there?
Oh, my goodness me.
It's as if time has stood still. Everything from the typewriters to the workers' clocking in cards remain intact.
There's some more here.
It'd be great if yours was in there. It'd be too good to be true, wouldn't it?
Oh, I know why mine isn't there. Because I nicked it.
Did you? Souvenir?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Can you imagine what this place would look like if it were resurrected and saved for the future?
Yeah, I think it's something that should be kept. England's got a printing museum, and I think we deserve one in Wales, and this is the best place for it.
Volunteers are painstakingly working to restore the building and all its artefacts. One member of the Trust, Ken Burnley, has a particular passion for the printing presses because he's a printer himself.
As you can see, the linotype machines are still here, the type cases are here. There's a lot here which could be
got to work
it
again,
could be brought back
yeah.
into play without too much...
Brings back memories for me, you know, Ken, because when I was a cub reporter on the newspapers, used to come down to a print room like this, you know.
Oh, really?
Yes. You were not allowed to touch the type. I mean,
Gosh,
if you
no.
dared to touch it, the printers would have been out on strike like that.
Absolutely, yes.
And I always longed to actually do a bit of typesetting.
Well, now's your chance.
my big chance,
Now's your
is it?
chance, yes. Are you nimble-fingered?
Well...
You're not afraid of getting
no,
your fingers dirty?
No. Don't want to get my jumper dirty, that's
all right, well, there's your composing stick. Hold that in your left hand.
OK, right.
So you're looking for a J.
A J,
which is down in the bottom left-hand
yeah.
corner. Pick it out. drop it into the composing stick. You have to work upside down,
Of course,
but
yeah.
still left to right when you're setting type.
An O?
An O, lowercase. So lowercase O you'll find here. Right, you need to go to the capital side
Capital
now.
C.
Here we go. There's an old saying, mind your P's and your Q's, and of course, you haven't got any P's or Q's in your name.
But that's where it comes from.
But yes, because
Yeah.
of course, if you look at a P here, it looks like a Q.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
mind
so-
your P's and Q's, that's what that
Mind your P's and
I
Q's,
never knew
yes,
that.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. Now, having
So how
set
about
your
that
name,
then?
the last thing you want to do is drop that on the floor.
No.
So we need to just pack it out with spaces at the end of the
I
line
see,
like
yes.
this. Now, a good compositor should be able to tip that upside down without it falling out.
Yeah, you're a good compositor
There you
then.
go.
Yeah.
With your help, with your help. I'm going to ink up the type by hand onto your name like that.
Yeah.
We'll get a
We'll
nice
get there.
print eventually.
Yeah.
Lay that on. Would you like to pull this cylinder across?
Gently across.
Yes.
Just one. Spelt correctly.
No,
It's on a
sorry.
nice, it's all on a nice straight line. I think we can get a press with this one.
I think so. I think we can. Yes, let's go for it.
Being able to have a go at printing like this could give the works a future. But could it ever be practical again? I mean, could it make money again?
Practical, yes, because the folk who share my vision want to see this building converted into a place where these skills will be brought back to life and shared with the local community and tourists and visitors who want to come here and do what you've just done, which is set some type and go away with a smile on their face saying, I did this and there wasn't a computer in sight.
But this isn't just about creating a Welsh printing museum. For the building to survive, the Trust needs to find other community-based uses for it. Bet Davies from the Prince's Regeneration Trust is helping them to achieve that vision.
We see potential for workshops for local craftsmen, and obviously there's potential for the local craftsmen to work on the restoration of the building as well, but also education use and a cafe. And of course this will attract not only the local people but also tourists. And as it's a national attraction in its own right, I think it will draw people from all over Wales as well. It has to be saved, and it's about working together to actually achieve a fantastic future use for this wonderful story.